This program is rated PG. The following program deals with mature subject matter and contains scenes with sexuality. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, honey. How's Orville doing?
Oh, he's still unconscious.
You know, Chad's waiting for him to wake up so he can ask him more about his past.
Well, no one's going to know anything until Orville comes to, and even then, there is no guarantee that he's going to be coherent.
You know, I hope he just gets it together long enough so he can help Chad out. You know, the old guy's been around a long time. I bet he knows a lot of secrets about everyone.
I'm sure he does. Here's your dress, Mrs. Crane.
Thank you, Pilar. Pilar, wait. You seem upset. Have you spoken to Julian about your husband?
Yes. I told Mr. Crane my suspicions about Martin's disappearance, and I warned him that all secrets from the past eventually come to light.
Did Julian ask you about my past? About secrets I might be keeping from him?
You mean your desire for Sam Bennett?
Yes. Julian seemed a bit suspicious of me lately.
I'm not surprised. I warned you about pursuing Sam Bennett. Now I fear that your passion for Grace Bennett's husband will destroy you.
And where are you off to?
I thought I'd see if Eve wanted to have lunch and make sure she and TC are coming over to watch the ball drop.
Hi, Chief Bennett, Mrs.
Hey,
Bennett.
Simone.
Is Kay around? I'm right here, Simone. I love you guys.
Oh, sweetheart, we love you too. But what is it you need?
Nothing. I just want to thank the world's best parents for all my super Christmas presents again.
Oh, you're more than welcome.
It's a great Christmas.
And it's going to be an even better New Year.
You bet it is.
Absolutely.
Come on, I'll walk you out.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. See you.
Out with it, Kay. What's with the smiley face routine? You were so bummed that your latest plan to win Miguel bombed like all the rest. Did your parents put you on antidepressants?
No, Simone. I'm happy because... Go on, guess.
Only one thing could put a smile on your lips, Kay Bennett, and his name is Miguel Lopez Fitzgerald.
You got it, Simone. And I've got Miguel.
On the first night of the 21st century, someone in Harmony is going to die. Jimmy wonders who that's going to be. Jimmy hopes that isn't the Grim Reaper. Unless he's here for Fluffy.
I'll get the door, Timmy. That'll be my guests.
Guests? Jimmy and Tabitha don't have guests. Unless you mean the shadows in the basement.
I've invited Charity and Miguel for a little visit.
Why is Tabitha consorting with the enemy?
I have no choice, Timmy, if the prediction in the Book of Prophecy is to come true.
Jimmy's confused.
I'll explain later. After I've made sure that Charity and Miguel are going to go out to a public place for New Year's Eve.
Tabitha thinks that Charity and Miguel are the ones who go and die on New Year's Eve?
Why, of course, Timmy. Who else would it be? Now, you get yourself into doll mode. When Charity dies, I'm going to make sure that she takes Miguel with her. Call it Tabitha's 2-for-1 special. Oh, Charity, Miguel, I was just thinking about you. Do come in. Thanks.
What's going on?
Sheridan just asked me out for New Year's Eve.
Oh.
Hey, Sheridan, you looked a little surprised when I said yes. You did mean to ask me out for New Year's Eve, right? Or did you think you were inviting someone else?
I would hold the hand of the one who could lead me places and kiss the lips of the one who could sing so sweet. And I would fly on the wings of a bird I knew could take me high as breathing
door was open, Coach Russell. I couldn't help but overhear. So, still no news on Orville? No, Chad, I'm sorry. But if Orville comes to and knows anything, I'm sure my wife will let you know.
Orville, it's Dr. Russell. Tell me, who's president?
Better you should ask me why you were lying to your husband. Why you have been for years. Of course, I already know the answer.
I don't lie to TC.
Right. You just don't tell him everything.
And what is it that you think that I haven't told TC?
Oh, you're a sly one, Doc. Playing dumb, testing me to see what I remember. While you say you don't know anything about Chad Harris.
What do you mean?
Lord have mercy. You really don't know, do you?
I don't know how you could think Miguel will ever be yours, Kay. Every plan you've come up with has failed, big time. Even Christmas was a bust. And now Charity and Miguel are tighter than ever.
For now, but not for long.
Have you forgotten how bummed you were that Miguel gave you an autographed baseball for Christmas when he gave Charity a beautiful necklace?
No, I haven't forgotten.
So, what? You're back to being in denial.
What did I tell you about Miguel's gift, Simone?
That some boys are too shy to speak their feelings, but the gifts they give speak volumes.
Exactly.
Getting an autographed baseball tells me exactly what Miguel thinks about you. And it's not even close to romantic.
You're absolutely right.
Then why are you smiling?
Because Charity may have won the battle on Christmas, but I am going to win the war for Miguel on New Year's.
I just wanted to thank you both for everything you did to brighten my otherwise drab and dreary Christmas. I can't tell you how much it meant to me to have my home decked out for the holidays.
Well, if you like the decorations so much, how come you took them all down?
Well, I had to take them down, dear, because I didn't want them to break. My dear little kitty cat Fluffy sometimes gets a bit wild.
Sometimes.
Anyway, you kids made this a Christmas I'll never forget. And that's saying something when you've been around as long as I have.
Well, just promise me that you'll let us know if there's anything else that we can do for you.
Yeah, like if you have any more problems with that red light in your basement, we can come over and fix it.
Thank you, Miguel. But everything downstairs is nice and quiet now. Just as my New Year's Eve will be. To be young again. I bet you kids are planning something fabulous to ring in the millennium.
Not really. I mean, usually I just get together with Charity's cousin Kay. And we play in a computer game tournament every New Year's Eve. It's always been just the two of us at my house.
Oh, well, surely this year's different, Miguel. Sweet Charity is in your life now. You can hardly leave her out of your New Year's Eve plans, can you?
Well, Sheridan, did you think you were asking someone else out for New Year's Eve?
No, Hank, of course not.
Well, this is great. Incredible. I can't think of anyone else I'd rather ring in the new millennium with than you. This New Year's Eve will be a night to remember. It's too bad you can't come along, Luis.
I'm sure Luis already has plans.
Yeah, you're right. I'm chaperoning the party here on New Year's.
You mean you'll be alone?
No.
Hey,
Luis will
Beth.
be with me. Hey.
Yeah.
I'm helping Luis with the kids' party this year, and since I'll be here anyway, there's no reason we can't greet the new millennium together. Right, Luis?
That's right.
So, Sheridan, what are you and Hank doing when the clock strikes midnight?
Oh, well, there's a party at the Seascape restaurant. I promised my nephew Ethan that I'd go.
You're taking me to the Seascape? Well, this just keeps getting better and better. Wow. I'm gonna go help with the rest of the decorations, and I'm gonna go rent myself the sharpest tux in town. Yeah.
Oh. Looks like things are really heating up with you and Hank.
I'm sorry, Beth. What did you say?
Who knows? Maybe this New Year's Eve will end up being special for both of us.
Hang in there, Chad. I know Mrs. Russell's doing everything to help Orwell get well. Well enough to clue you in on your past. I hope so. Man, I used to think I knew who I was, where I came from. Yo, but ever since I crossed paths with Orville, man, I don't even know which way is up anymore, much less who Chad Harris is. And the past can consume you if you let it. You just have to keep on keeping on. I hear you, Coach. Thanks. So, what was it you wanted to see me about? Well, I just wanted to make sure the audio equipment for the dance is ready on New Year's Eve. All right. Will do. All right.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Chief Bennett.
Hey, Chad. How's it going?
Well, everything is everything. See you guys later.
All right.
All right, I know that look. What's wrong?
Word is a man known as Martin Fitzgerald is heading back east. If he crosses paths with Luis.
Anything could happen.
Luis came back from Santa Fe pretty much convinced that Fitzgerald was his father. A man who abandoned his family when he was accused of stealing money from the Cranes. To say that Luis hates him, I think is putting it mildly.
You think seeing Luis made Fitzgerald want to come back to Harmony and take his punishment? Maybe try to reconnect with Pilar and his kids?
I doubt it. I mean, Fitzgerald did all he could to elude Luis down in New Mexico. I mean, why would he want to turn around now and be a sitting duck for the Cranes?
That's a good point. Because as you know, the Cranes do not forgive or forget.
If Fitzgerald came back to Harmony, I mean, there's no telling what the repercussions would be for Pilar, Luis, Teresa, and Miguel, for that matter. Even someone vaguely connected to the Cranes stands a risk of being burnt by them.
Yeah? Just like Ivy Crane burned you and Grace on Christmas Eve.
Ivy set me up, TC. She planned that kiss to come between Grace and me.
Sammy, you're preaching to the choir. I know that you've never cheated on Grace. And it's a good thing that she trusts you enough not to have gotten suspicious.
Still, I'm not taking any chances. I've already told Grace, and we're not gonna go to any more parties at the Cranes. I'm not even gonna set foot in the Crane mansion until Ivy gets it in her head that what we had is over. There's no way in hell that I'm gonna let Grace be hurt by Ivy Crane.
I'm certain that your husband knows nothing of your past with Sam Bennett. If he did, this whole house would have heard him explode with rage.
You're right, Pilar. My secret's safe. I can still pursue Sam Bennett, and Julian will be none the wiser.
Mrs. Crane, por favor. You said Mr. Julian is already suspicious. If you continue to pursue Sam Bennett, your husband will find out what you're up to, and your life will end as you know it.
My life ended when I married Julian. I have felt alone and unloved ever since. I need Sam, and I need his love. And if I'm careful, I can have both. I know it.
Mrs. Crane, please, give up this notion before it's too late.
Oh, perfect. Sam used to love me in this color. I was wearing this exact shade when we first met. When Sam sees me in it, he's going to be swept away in all the beautiful memories of our life together. And he'll know that he can't erase his love for me any more than I can deny my love for him. If my plan works, he's going to see me in this on New Year's Eve.
There is no plan that will bring Sam Bennett back to this house. Not after what happened Christmas Eve.
I know, Pilar. Which is why the Bennetts and the Russells are about to receive an invitation to New Year's Eve that they can't refuse.
What invitation?
Well, I asked my friend Millicent, who heads the Hospital Benefit Committee, to create a special honor to be awarded to Dr. Eve Russell at the Seascape Restaurant on New Year's Eve. The Russells get to invite 2 guests. Would you like to guess who they'll be?
The Bennetts.
Correct. And since Julian is on the hospital board, no one will be suspicious when we're seated with the Russells and the Bennetts.
You must call off this plan, Mrs. Crane. Please, you're acting like a mad woman.
No, Pilar. I'm acting like a woman in love.
Please, I'm begging you. Call Millicent. Have her cancel everything.
Well, it's too late. Besides, when Sam sees me in this, he'll be mine. Grace or no Grace.
I can't believe you don't know about Chad Harris.
Know what?
They never told you, did they?
Who? Told me what?
All that time, I thought for sure you knew the truth.
All I know is what my husband and my daughters told me, that Chad Harris is from Los Angeles, that he used to work in the music business there until he got fired, that he came east to work in New York and he only stopped by Harmony because of some old piece of newspaper clipping that he had, and it's possible that he has family here that he doesn't know about.
If that's all you know, why were you so hell-bent on keeping Chad away from your daughters?
Because he is a street kid with a bad attitude and a bad temper to match, and I want better than that for my girls.
Makes sense.
Of course it makes sense. You, of all people, should know why I wouldn't want my daughters to get involved with the wrong man.
Strange how fate works. I thought I was through living. I was out of it half the time anyways. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this kid says he's Chad Harris. Oh, that really threw me for a loop. It's a small, small world, all right.
Orville, I think that you were trying to tell me something about Chad Harris. What is it? Grace, what are you doing here?
I came to see you, Eve, but I'm so happy to see that Orville's awake and alert. Orville, can you now tell us something about Chad Harris and his past?
Sammy, I'm with you, but as you know, anybody who gets involved with the Cranes gets burned.
TC, I know you have something against Julian. What it is and why you won't tell me is your business. Hey, buddy, but when you do, I'll be there for you too.
Sammy, I know I shouldn't say this in front of a cop, but if I ever get the proof I believe about Julian Crane, that's one dead man.
TC, you don't mean that.
Like hell I don't.
Equipment's checked out and ready to go, Coach.
Thanks, Chad.
If you don't need me for nothing else, I was gonna head on over to the hospital and see how Orville's doing.
It's fine by me.
Chad, has Orville indicated what it is he knows about you?
Nah, not yet. I just keep hoping he'll wake up with his head screwed on straight long enough for him to tell me everything. But with Orville's track record, I ain't holding my breath, you know what I'm saying?
You know, Chad, I'm heading to the hospital to take Eve to lunch. I'll give you a lift.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Look, I'll head over to the hospital too. If Orville regains consciousness, maybe he'll give me a clue of who the hit-and-run driver was.
Do I know you?
I'm sorry, I'm Grace Bennett. My husband is Sam Bennett. He's chief of police here in Harmony. He's personally investigating the hit and run that landed you here in the hospital.
Is he now?
Oh, I'm also a friend of Dr. Russell. You know, we've all been so anxious for you to wake up and tell us more about Chad Harris.
I like Chad. I want to help him. The kid's got good taste in music. Even if he didn't, it's not right that he was kept in the dark. I thought there were others that knew the truth, but I was wrong. I guess I'm the only one that knows the whole story.
Eve, do you know what he's talking about?
I honestly can't say.
Orville, you said you're the only one that knows the whole story about Chad. I mean, can you tell us what you mean?
I know my ABCs. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J.
Oh, Eve, we were so close. I really thought Orville was going to tell us something important about Chad and his past.
Was he, Grace? Sometimes I wonder if Orville knows anything at all.
Okay, I know I'm gonna be sorry for asking, but just how do you think you're gonna win the war for Miguel on New Year's Eve when you bombed out on Christmas?
Well, I read in a magazine that Teresa had in school that the boy whose arms are around you at midnight on New Year's Eve is the boy you'll spend the rest of the year with.
And do you think Miguel's arms are going to end up around you?
Well, duh. We've spent New Year's Eve together for years.
That's because you started playing that silly computer game.
We play as a team. A couple, if you will, and together we've amassed a huge treasure of winnings.
You and Miguel haven't played together once since he met Charity.
Maybe so, but this New Year's is the ultimate computer challenge, and Miguel is desperate to win. And since only 2 people can be on a team, I'll go to Miguel's house and play like I do every year, in his bedroom. And then at midnight, I'll think of some reason to get his arms around me, and I'll have a kiss for Miguel that will curl his toes.
Okay, now that I think about it, your plan doesn't sound half bad. This time you might actually get Miguel.
Your loyalty to Kay is admirable, Miguel, but girls Kay's age are more interested in being with their boyfriends on New Year's Eve and playing video games.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I mean, Kay did just start going out with Reese. I'm sure she wants to spend New Year's Eve with him. And I know Reese wants to spend it with Kay.
Well, just think of it, my lambs. You'll be witness to the start of a new millennium. You must go to a party, listen to music and dance, and remember a night like this for the rest of your lives.
Tabitha has a point. I mean, it will be a pretty special night.
And we have so much to celebrate.
Then go for it. Oh, I have such wonderful memories of many a New Year's Eve. And there were some doozies, too. A Fabergé egg. Oh, Rasputin, you shouldn't have.
It was made for Tsar Nicholas, but he won't be needing it.
Why not? The Romanovs are on a par with the Medicis when it comes to conspicuous consumption.
Not for long, they are not.
Oh, I know that look. It's as evil as you are, Rasputin. Tell Tabitha what you're up to.
I'm going to read Mother Russia of Tsar Nicholas and all his rotten Romanov heirs.
I better put in for vacation quick.
I have a better idea. Why not leave one of the royal family alive? That will cause mischief for years to come.
I like the way you think, Tabitha.
Trust old Tabitha. Memories can be made on New Year's Eve that will last a lifetime. Surely you can find a way to be together on this most memorable of all New Year's Eves.
Well, I'm willing to try.
I'd like to, but I'm sorry, Charity. It's impossible.
Don't tell Hank, but I'm hoping that being with Luis New Year's Eve will help us pick up where we left off. My parents have always loved Luis, and I know Pilar loves me. After all these years, we still have so much in common. Well, just like you and Hank.
I don't follow.
Well, Luis and I have lived our whole lives in harmony. You and Hank have traveled the world.
Oh, well, that's more coincidence than anything. I mean, I think 2 people can be made for each other even though they're opposites.
I guess, but I've known since high school that Luis and I belong together.
Does Luis know how you feel?
Oh, no. I only told you because I know you're not interested. Can you imagine if the 2 of you got together? I mean, Luis is so, well, you know, and you're so, well, gosh, can you imagine the fireworks?
Yeah, they would be something, wouldn't they?
It's obvious that Sheridan asked me out on New Year's Eve because she likes me. So much for your lectures, okay? Now try giving me one good reason why I should steer clear of her.
Okay, Hank. And you were right. I was wrong. Sheridan wouldn't go out with you on New Year's Eve if she wasn't interested in you.
Well, it looks like Hank the heartthrob Bennett scores again, huh?
Yeah. You know, I changed my mind about Sheridan. She is nice, decent. Not like the rest of the Cranes. I don't know. Maybe I misjudged the whole family. You know, everything that Julian said about my father seems to be right.
Well, I just hope you kiss and make up with the Cranes before they become my in-laws. I wonder what Alistair will give me and Sheridan for a wedding present. Maybe Vermont? No, Texas.
Okay, look, it's one thing to date her. Yeah, but you're only kidding yourself if you ever think it's gonna be anything more than that. I mean, she's a rich woman, and rich women are used to things. Things that working class stiffs like us can't afford.
What are you, the missing link? You know, all these ideas of yours went out with the dinosaurs, dude. I mean, money's only part of a marriage. I think if a man and a woman love each other, that the rest will work itself out. I mean, who cares if Sheridan's loaded? Look at her. What man couldn't learn to love her, rich or poor?
Doc Russell said you finally woke up. Well, I'm glad. I mean, I'm just hoping it wasn't a one-time deal, you know what I'm saying? Because I really need your help, man. I need for you to tell me what you know about me, about my past, see? Because, see, the longer I'm in Harmony, the more I see how people actually live around here in this town, and I gotta admit, I mean, it ain't so bad, you know? I mean, people around here, they really care about each other. I mean, they share stuff, and they help each other out. Yo, like this one family I know. I mean, they are so tight with each other. So close. I mean, even when they fighting, they still got mad love for each other. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's way different from what I'm used to, but I like it. And it makes me think, well, maybe it wouldn't be so bad to have a family from here, you know? Somebody. Anybody.
I'm sure if Orville wakes up and says anything to Chad, he'll tell us what it is.
Yes, of course, you're right, TC.
So, is it gonna be the four of us again for New Year's this year?
Absolutely.
Yes, of course.
Good, because I was telling TC earlier that Grace and I are going to be taking a little vacation away from any Crane parties.
Speaking of vacations, when are you and TC gonna take that vacation that Alistair Crane gave you for Christmas?
How did your father know about the hotel in the Bahamas?
I have no idea.
He even knew about the presidential suite. You must have told him something.
I swear I didn't.
TC cannot find out about us. He's my husband, and I love him. And I'm not going to lose him.
Sweetheart, if you want to go, it's...
No. I want what you want. I love you, TC. TC and I aren't going to take that trip.
We decided to give it back to the Cranes.
That's funny. I mean, Sam's the only one who got a gift that night that he couldn't give back if he wanted to.
What gift was that, Grace?
Oh, that little kiss from Ivy Crane.
If you try to kiss Sam Bennett again on New Year's Eve and Mr. Crane catches you this time instead of Grace, he will destroy both you and Sam. Is that what you want?
I don't care if I die doing it. I have to be with Sam on New Year's Eve.
There is a dance at the youth center on New Year's Eve that I would love to take Charity to. But I know Mrs. Bennett won't let me.
Why not?
Mrs. Bennett never lets Kay and Jessica go out on New Year's Eve, so I'm sure the same rule applies for Charity.
Are you saying that Kay had to sneak out all these years to play computer games with you?
No, Mrs. Bennett knew she was going to my house, so it was okay. But going out to a party, forget it. Look, I'm sorry, Charity, but we're just gonna have to hang out with Kay and Reese at my house.
Oh, no, but you can't. Photo, the real photo. What I mean is that you can't miss out on this most memorable of all New Year's Eve. You simply must go out.
Well, I can't disobey Aunt Grace, so...
Oh, no, of course you couldn't. I know. I'll speak to Grace. I'm sure I'll be able to convince her to bend her rules for once.
Would you really talk to Mrs. Bennett for us, Tabitha?
Well, it's the least I can do after what you did for me on Christmas Eve.
Thanks, Tabitha.
Yes, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Well, off you go, my lambs. And don't worry. New Year's Eve will turn out just the way it's supposed to be. Off you go. Goodbye. Bye.
Bye, Tabitha.
Have a good time.
Do you really think you can get Grace Bennett to let Charity and Miguel out for New Year's Eve?
I don't have a choice, Timmy. I have to get those brats away from the safety of the Bennett house and out in a public place for New Year's Eve, so the prediction that Charity and Miguel will die will come true.
Beth's a wonderful person. She's pretty, honest, easy to be with.
Yeah, that's great. We've known each other for a long time.
You two were high school sweethearts.
Yeah. Yeah, even now, it's nice to know I can still count on Beth to be there for me.
That must be pretty nice.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Look, Luis, about New Year's Eve and asking Hank out.
Oh, man, you know, you really made Hank's day. I mean, he's a great guy. I couldn't ask for a better friend. You know, I know you two, you'll have a great time.
I want to take Charity to the New Year's Eve dance at the youth center. And I was thinking you and Reese could come with us. You and Chad too, Simone.
That sounds incredible.
No.
What's the matter, Kay? I mean, don't you want to spend New Year's Eve dancing with Reese like you did on Halloween?
I'd give anything to be in the arms of the boy I love at midnight on New Year's Eve. It's just that I know my mom is not gonna let me and Charity go to a party that night.
Best get your dancing shoes out, Kay. After I talk to Grace, she will.
Hello. Yes, Millicent. Of course I know who you are. Me? Really? I don't believe it. Well, actually, he's here right now. Can you hold on a moment? Thanks. The hospital benefit committee wants to present me with an award for Doctor of the Year.
Oh, great.
On New Year's Eve at the Seascape Restaurant.
Sweetheart, that's fantastic.
Congratulations.
Way to go, Eve.
Well, I guess that means it's going to be just you and me for New Year's, huh?
Oh, Grace, no. She says I'm to bring TC and 2 other guests.
Hey.
So please, you two, you have to come with us.
We would love to.
You bet. We wouldn't miss seeing our best friend receiving this award for anything.
Millicent, my husband and I will be there, and we'll be bringing Sam and Grace Bennett. Well, thanks again. I can't tell you how much this means to me. Okay.
Oh, right. What a way to start the new year, huh? I bet this is just the first of many surprises.
Oh, well, you know, I better get home and figure out what I'm going to wear.
You like going to fancy parties, don't you?
Well, you know, I guess I do at that. Who knows? Maybe I was a rich socialite like Ivy Crane before I lost my memory.
You know what? I don't know, and I don't care. But it's kind of nice of us to go to a fancy party without any of the Cranes.
I hear you.
Oh. Yes, Millicent, thank you so much. I knew I could count on you. Yes, bye-bye. Well, the Russells and the Bennetts have accepted Millicent's invitation for New Year's Eve. Won't Sam be surprised when he finds himself sitting next to me?
Let's go grab a cup of coffee together.
Hey, why don't we all go? My treat.
Oh, you and Hank go ahead, Sheridan. Luis and I need to finalize the plans for the dance.
Okay.
So if I got a connection here to anyone here in Harmony, I'll stay. But if not, I guess I'll just move on. You hear me, Orville? If I ain't got no reason to stay, man, I'm out of here. Or I guess I can just wait and see if you wake up again. Because I gotta know who I am and where I came from. I couldn't even get Orville to wake up, much less say anything.
Look, I know it's frustrating, Chad. I mean, we all want answers. I'm gonna have to wait and question Orville about that hit and run. Oh, yeah, Eve, again, congratulations on being named Harmony's Doctor of the Year. I'm sure the party in your honor at the Seascape Restaurant on New Year's Eve will be a memorable night for all of us.
Please, Mrs. Crane, if you pursue Sam at the Seascape Restaurant on New Year's Eve, you will bring down everything around you. Your family, Sam's family, even Sam's life if Mr. Crane discovers your secret.
Pilar, New Year's Eve is the beginning of a new millennium. And the beginning of my life with Sam.
Oh, Grace, I'm so glad I caught you.
Is something wrong, Tabitha?
Poor Charity and Miguel. They were so sad when they came over to see me earlier.
No, did they say why?
Yes, but I'm hesitant to tell you. I'd hate you to think I was butting in, Grace.
Oh, no, Tabitha, I know you always have our family's best interests at heart.
There is one born every minute.
You know, after all Charity's been through, she and Miguel are just dying to spend a special New Year's Eve together. I gather they're just desperate to go to the dance at the youth center.
Oh, you know, Tabitha, I don't know if that's such a great idea. I mean, New Year's gets kind of wild, and I think it'd be better if Charity and Miguel just celebrated at home.
Oh, of course, it's your decision, dear. But remember, the youth center is run by Miguel's older brother, one of Harmony's finest.
That's very true, but I think I'm gonna think about that one a bit. Thanks.
I'm not worried about losing Miguel to Charity tonight. There's no way Mom is gonna let us go to that dance. No way, no how.
Mrs. Bennett, we were hoping that you'd bend your rule and let us go to the youth center dance on New Year's Eve.
Of course, Miguel.
What? You can't be serious.
I know you're surprised, Kay. I'm kind of surprised myself. But you've always wanted to go out for New Year's, so your wishes come true.
I'm getting my wish too, Timmy. Now the prediction will come true. Charity and Miguel will die on New Year's Eve.
How?
Call it a night to dismember.